Grippy slow ass work internet. Okay, there we go. All right, I think we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the birthday stream. I got Peach with me and Irate Bear. Should have a couple more guests coming shortly later. Not sure when, but we can start the party now, I guess.
Woohoo! Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Happy birthday, mate. How's your day been?
A lot of driving, dealing with wind and traffic. Traffic is the reason I got late.
So you've been working on your birthday?
A little bit, but it's not uncommon for Colorado.
Do they give you a raise for that?
Yeah, crap. Forgot to be the computer.
Oh, by the way, Vanilla Bear just texted me saying happy birthday.
Common for Colorado.
You're right.
Okay.
What is
Sorry
going
about
on?
that.
What is going on with your audio?
I was logging into the stream so I could get to the chat, and it was echoing.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, better now. Oh. So, what's on the agenda?
I don't really have time to plan. I just figured I'd bring people on and just chat for a bit. It's been a long time since I've talked to too many people.
Okay.
Well, except for Bear. I went on his stream about a week ago, it was?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
How you doing, Bear?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, I've still got this cough that I've had for like more than 2 weeks. So if I sound like a man, that's why.
Oh, okay. Are you dying? Have you got lady flu?
No, it's like just I had some virus apparently, and then the cough is just lingering.
Oh, fair enough.
So.
I get that as well. What have you been up to, Trucker Carson?
It's basically just trucking and editing a lot of videos. That Kavanaugh video I released, I spent 12 hours editing that thing. I did not think it was going to take me that long to put those clips together.
Editing's a bitch. It really takes a long time.
Well, I know it's a bitch, but it was the difference in editing, because like my normal videos, I'm normally just doing response videos, so I just gotta clip in my responses and take out anything I don't want, like parts where I stutter and such. With the video I made on Kavanaugh, I was having trouble reading the script, trying to do face cam at the same time, so I switched to doing voice. And then I wanted to put in the background just clips of like news articles talking about it, clips from the carrot case and stuff like that, and I didn't realize it was going to take as long as it did to do it. And then that combined with my job makes it harder to edit, because I got to drive for like 14 hours a day. Then I got about 2 hours I can edit before I have to go to sleep.
Hard work being a YouTuber on the road, eh?
Oh yeah, definitely.
As well, getting access to the internet and stuff. You go out for a long time when you don't you? Like,
I'm out for a month at a time.
Oof.
Oh, that's long.
Do you go like cross country?
Yep, I go to the 48 landlocked states.
So you're like, you have to like use hotel internet and shit for like a majority of the time, is it?
Actually, I don't hardly stay at motels. I got a bed in the back of the truck that I sleep in.
Oh, true. Yeah.
That just depends on where I am. If I'm at a truck stop, I can usually use their Wi-Fi. It's not very good for doing YouTube stuff, but I think it was about 3 weeks ago, I had a discussion with Liberal Sanity Project. I just ran my phone data, or used my mobile hotspot on my phone to run that stream.
The mobile networks in Australia are nowhere near that reliable. You could never do that. Oh, jealous.
Yeah, Australian internet isn't the best, is it?
No. So it's pretty far down the list.
So, Peach, what have you been up to lately?
I'm just finishing my uni semester, my dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I'm wrapping up now, so should be from next week or the week after maybe that I can really start smashing stuff out again. Hopefully, the end of the bloody hiccups that I've had trying to get stuff sorted out.
Okay, so you'll be smashing out the content then.
Well, I can hope so. I did hand off a video to Drunkle to edit for me because I was like, I just got to get something out, but he's been really busy as well, so it kind of just did not line up well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he told me because I was chatting with him about 2 weeks ago about this stream, and he said he was busy editing a lot of stuff.
Yeah. He's a busy bee.
Oh dear, excuse me. Yeah. I've made myself busy, I guess, because I'm a stay-at-home dad. I do morning streams every day now, pretty much, which is evening your time, I believe, Peach.
Yeah, I do sometimes catch them occasionally in the feed, but I can rarely like get on to because I'm always up writing essays late at night, and then I'm like, no, you got to control yourself. No streams.
No time for internet shit posting. I feel yeah. What was I was going to say now? Oh yeah, you're Australian.
Yes. Famously.
Yes. Stating the fucking obvious there. What's going on with this terror attack that happened?
Oh yeah, I was just reading about that. So I don't know, dude stabbed a bunch of people in Melbourne. That's kind of par for the course when it comes to these fucking stupid things. At least it wasn't a trucker piece this time, but
same street, wasn't it, as the last terror attack?
I can't even remember the last one, but I think it's been, that same street has been attacked before, I think. Yeah. I actually finally got a chance to go to the Lint Cafe in Sydney a couple months ago, which was cool. Like that one that they took hostages in a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think everyone just like wants to go there now and support them and show them that like we're not afraid of that shit.
As you rightly should do.
Yeah, so they're like really, really famous now and really busy all the time, which is good.
Oh, that's good. Boost the business a bit as well.
Yeah, terrorism, great for business.
Well, yeah, it's the same over here as well in Europe and Great Britain as well. We haven't had one in a while, so fingers crossed it doesn't happen again, but part and parcel and all that jazz.
Yeah. Yeah, I just saw a post from somebody who's apparently, I don't know, an independent candidate in Queensland, which is another state, not the one that got attacked, saying, oh yeah, why are you talking about terrorism? What about white guys who hit their partners and domestic violence? Meh. Like, fuck's sake, mate. Really?
Fuck off with your water battery.
And this guy just fucking reamed him in this massive thread about domestic violence stats, and I was like, oh my god. I'm like seal clapping to myself. Gave him a follow.
Fuck off with that bullshit. It's not fucking terrorism.
I know. Why would you respond to a terrorism thing with, yeah, but what about white guys and domestic violence? Nobody said anything about race in the first place, you fucking dickhead.
I would ask for his handle, but I got a 48-hour limited state Twitter this morning. So I started quote tweeting morons because there was a spicy episode of BBC Question Time on Wednesday night or Thursday night or whatever, and Jordan Peterson was on there.
Oh, spicy.
Yeah. And of course, there was a guy who was calling for like extreme punishments for those who carry knives and use them against other people. And because he used the word, you know, he said something along the lines of, it takes a special breed of person to do that kind of thing, and they should be exterminated. And because he used those words, he's a fascist. He's a fascist. Oh no!
The final solution would be to fucking like end knife crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was what was the most fucked up about the attack yesterday. Sorry to make your birthday stream about terrorism, dude. Let me know if you want to stop. But like,
I had to deal with. You guys remind me of
the guy that stabbed them. Like, one person died and two people got stabbed that didn't die yet. And yeah, they're like this. From what I saw in the news reports, like the guy that died was stabbed in the head, like stabbed in the face. One was stabbed in the head and the other was stabbed in the neck. I'm like, what kind of fucking disgusting barbarian does that? Like, It's one thing to like kill someone, but like really stabbing them in the face and like to death, that's fucked.
Yeah, that really is. Go in for the fucking face. That's disgusting. And there appears to
Give him
be
the
two
chair.
hey dudes.
One has a puppy. I like that one.
Yeah, I gotta move around. I gotta put my computer in the lobby so I can plug it in, but there's a bunch of noise in the lobby, so I'm gonna use my headphones so I can walk away from the computer.
Okay. Did you say Drunkle was gonna pop in at some point?
I think so, but I think he forgot about me.
Oh.
Did you send him a link?
Someone bug him.
Oh, okay. Hey dude, he silenced himself.
Sorry, I gotta move the computer real quick. I'll be right back in a second. But yeah, I did send him the link.
Hello, chat. People are flooding in now.
There we go. There's a straight Sif mail there. Diesel Dave, good to see y'all.
Diesel Dave says happy birthday.
Hey dude's disappeared.
Oh, did he? Oh, I thought he was still listening. Okay, that's all right.
Yeah,
I will accept the happy birthday on his behalf. Then it's mine now.
Okay, happy birthday, Peach. Well, wait, would you mind if I ask what you're studying at the moment?
Yeah, I'm finishing up my linguistics degree.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be finished. Should be finished mid next year, which is really fucking great because it means like finally I can just put that aside and focus on doing YouTube or working full time or whatever I have to do. Yeah. It's just because it's always been lingering, like, I can't work properly. I can't do anything else properly because like I always have to do everything around the uni semester, which is just such a fucking drag.
That sounds like a massive pain in the ass.
Sorry for the coughing. Just tell me if it's really loud. I've been trying to mute, but my computer's really slow.
No, that's fine. There's only one loud noise that scares me, and that's usually when Gutenberg comes onto a live stream.
Gutenberg?
Yeah. You must have seen him on my streams before, Peach.
Yeah, probably have. I'm just really bad with names.
Yeah.
What's your name again? I only know you're a bear because you've got a picture of a bear there. 40
minutes till Bear has to go to bed. Bear's going to bed faster than that, mate. But Bear's going in the next 5 minutes or so because I have a sleeping pattern to keep. Yeah.
Well, Drunk better show up then. He better skip some sleep because I've got to go in 5 minutes too.
I messaged a few people on Twitter. I'm seeing if somebody else wants to come on.
The friend I told you about that I gotta go help out. She sent me a picture of her hand this morning. She sliced her hand up doing the dishes. She's just a fucking hot mess. So
how do you slice yourself doing the dishes?
You can't even woman correctly at that point. But at least she was in the kitchen, so.
Who have you fired links at, mate?
What was that?
Who have you fired link? Oh my god.
I sent a link to Drunkle. I sent a link to Brownie with Opinions, that Indian girl that you talked to in my last stream that we were in. And
she's nice.
Yeah, she had to work late, so she's not yet sure she can come on. But
yeah,
I sent a DM to Monkey to see if he wanted to come on. I don't know if he's up or anything, but we're gonna try.
He will be at this time. His show starts in about 40 minutes.
Oh, it all goes down in 40 minutes.
Yeah, so he should be around, but I don't know if he'll respond. I don't know if it's his night tonight, whether he's preparing for it or whether he's just playing Red Dead Redemption.
What is with that game? It's all over my feed. Don't hit women, Red Redemption or whatever it's called.
Don't hit women.
Yeah, one of the videos was called "Don't Hit Women, Red Redemption."
That's funny. Yeah, it's a sequel to the first one. It's basically Grand Theft Auto in the Wild West on the frontier. There's been a bit of drama with it. There was a guy, Shirako, I think his channel name is. And,
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he uploaded a video to his channel in which he walked up to a suffragette in the game, punched her, then lassoed her, tied her to his horse, rode out to the swamp and fed her to an alligator.
Jesus. Yeah, I
And,
can see how Anita Sarkeesian would get her panties in a twist about that.
yeah, and so his video blew up. YouTube decided to terminate the guy's channel.
Oh, fucking hell.
All the big YouTubers, people like
overreaction.
Keemstar and that, were losing their fucking shit and tagging YouTube and stuff. He got his channel back the same day. But the fucking guy decided he was going to upload another video in which he deported Mexicans in the game.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Immediately afterwards, it's like, oh my god.
He does not give a fuck. That's great. How have I missed that whole drama? I keep ignoring like those videos in my feed because I'm like, I don't know anything about this game, but fuck me, I gotta go back and like binge them now.
That's
how you missed it. You didn't. That's how you missed it. You weren't checking into videos.
Yeah, well, I've seen them. I just don't know anything about it. And the other thing that's been in the feed all the time has been the Diablo thing, and I was like, oh, okay, there's also like just gaming drama, general gaming shit going on. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a horse in the race when it comes to Diablo stuff, but I do have a horse in the race in terms of gaming. I don't like the way they're sort of just talking down to gamers and shitting on a fandom, especially.
Not that that's anything new.
Yeah, I know. You know that pay the bills. You know, it's like what, you know, we're making this mobile game, and I think the fans may have expected something else.
Will like gaming oppression ever end?
Will it? Will it?
Gamers are the most oppressed minority in America today.
Not as long as Anita Sarkeesian's talking her crap, it won't.
God, is she still going?
Bless. Oh yeah, she's probably going to be my next response video because they 3 days before our midterm elections, they released a video called "Internalized Misogyny," and within the first 5 minutes, within the first minute and a half, you could already tell she's trying to make this excuse as to why women aren't going to vote the way she wants to.
Oh, bless.
Internalized misogyny, because God forbid women think for themselves.
I gotta almost respect the fact that she just never gives up. You know, good on her. You know, all the power to her.
How much money can you kill for?
Exactly. she's been like revealed so many times to be scamming people and like just I not that I can talk, but just generally shit at generating content and, you know, not meeting schedules and stuff. And then she just keeps going. Bless her.
Yeah,
chugging along the little engine that couldn't fucking shut her mouth.
Yeah, she did a video for some legacy media outlet as well a few weeks ago.
Washington Post. That's in my backup folder in case I run out of something for a week.
Yeah, the Washington Post. That's the one. What does she say in that fucking video?
She's in there complaining, talking about, oh, I'm such an expert in dealing with online harassment and shit like that. I'm just like, no. I'm like, no, you're not. You started attacking something that wasn't a freaking problem, and then you got pissed off when people didn't give you the reaction you wanted.
Yeah, she's gained some weight as well, which is amusing to me. She's looking a bit thick these days.
That's so petty. I love it.
Well, I'm just sick of arguing against her points. So just call her a fat bitch.
I mean, I feel like that's where Junkle started, and he just never left that. Oh my god, his fat videos are the best. I just love him. Every time he comes out with a video with fat in the title, I stop everything.
He knows that I do that as well. Like he'll text me or he'll tell me, go, by the way, Bear. And I'll go, what? There's a fat video coming tomorrow. I'm like,
yes!
Yeah! He's like, I know you like the fat. I do like a good fat
I mean,
video.
how does he keep coming up with fat jokes? Does he have like a stock pantry full of them or something? Or well, sorry, no. I just couldn't think of a word that was not meant to be a pun, but I'll take it.
I was actually hoping to give him an idea to work. At least do this for a joke. He on the last Queer Kid Stuff video he did when she did those adult videos, she used that shortened intro where Drunko uses the cop chasing the cloud off, and he was all disappointed because he can't kill Teddy in those ones. So I was thinking, have him get a picture of my truck and edit that, and just have it run over Lindsay's cloud at the end of that intro.
That would be pretty good. I like that.
Oh, poor Teddy.
One of my precious bear kin.
He must be a gamer because he is fucking oppressed. My lord.
Teddy?
Yeah.
Nah, he's just a rape victim.
I think so. Like you can see him suffering from it in the last video.
He's a gimp.
I'm watching the chat, but nobody's talking. Chat, talk to us. Come on, be involved. We love you.
I don't.
Okay, I love you.
There you go. That's enough reason. Trucker Castle. I'm gonna go, mate. I do need to go to bed because I'm fucking tired. I need to be up early. So thank you very much for inviting me on, mate. Happy birthday. And enjoy the rest of your birthday.
All right, thank you much. I will stream again sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. And good to see you again, Peach.
Yeah, I'll troll up your chat soon.
Awesome sauce. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
I will stay as long as I physically can until my friend drags me out of the house. But I am watching. Trez says I am watching many streams. Really? How do you do that? I can't even watch one if there's too many.
Probably just like a bunch of open windows and probably a better computer.
Do you just but do you mute one and then when the conversation's lagging and then go to another one or like?
No, I've switched between a couple of times, or sometimes I'll just shut one off and then I'll start it again when I. Or I also have YouTube Red, so I can download some of them. So sometimes I'll just download one and I'll play it when I run out of a signal.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I kind of appreciate it if people are gonna if streams are gonna interact with each other. Recently, Andy Borski and the Kumite have been stream sniping each other. I kind of like it when they do it within one stream so that I don't have to watch both of them. I'll close captions.
That's part of why I don't stream as often as I want to. There's always somebody streaming when I want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, luckily I got a strike on my channel, so I couldn't stream for 3 months. But I think that's getting lifted. That's actually why I thought the call wasn't working earlier, because I was like, oh, can I not even go on live streams because I can't live stream? I wasn't sure how that worked because I've never had a strike before. But I think it's lifted now, so should have a comeback stream soon. Oh God, I'm so alone.
Sorry, I had it muted for a second and I forgot to unmute it.
It's all right.
What was your strike for?
Oh,
yeah,
my
strike was for.
My strike was for a video that I did over 2 years ago at the time of the strike. They just struck an old video and they were like, yep, live streaming removed. I wasn't that upset about it, I guess. I was just like, that's kind of annoying. Strike it when it goes up or a week after it goes up. Don't wait 2 years and then strike it. My content's completely changed from when I started my channel, so kind of seems like being punished for something I don't even do anymore.
I think it's just stupid in general. I mean, honestly, in my opinion, the whole biggest mistake YouTube ever did in the first place was apologizing for what PewDiePie did whenever that first Washington or Wall Street Journal article came out that started the apocalypse and all that shit.
Oh God! And didn't that give them fucking license, the media in general, license to just get whatever they want with YouTube now? They just did it with Ralph Retort and everything.
Yeah, the Ralph Retort one pissed me. The Ralph Retort one crossed the line, honestly.
Well, they have free reign now. Nothing crosses the line for them.
Yeah, that's their biggest mistake. What should have happened is probably would have happened if a man was in charge of that place. They should have just looked at Washington Post and been like, I don't care. We're a platform. We're not responsible for what they put on here, and unless it breaks the actual law, we're not going to strike it down.
I don't know, man. You're getting a lot of fucking betas in positions of power recently. If Trudeau ran the platform, do you think it'd be any different?
Oh, shit.
God, I'm so sorry, grovel. I'm so sorry. They would have probably, if it was Trudeau or someone in his vein, then probably they would just delete PewDiePie's channel and at that first sign of trouble.
Yeah, that was the funniest shit ever. Magog's Halloween special for side quest, Beard Barian went on as freaking Justin Trudeau.
Oh God. Oh, I've missed so much good shit. Oh my God. I just see stuff come up in my feed and I don't have time to watch it, but I'm never gonna catch up. It's just unrealistic at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to catch up on side quest. I'm not able to watch it as much as I used to either, sadly, because they've done a lot of visual stuff with it, and 90% of the time when they go on, I'm driving.
What else have I missed, chat? If you can think of anything that you recommend Peach Bailey needs to watch next week when I finish all my school stuff, it would be really great. I'll start a list.
Well, you might have missed my queer kid stuff response, my last one, which is actually I'm very happy with that. It went up. That's the first video I had that, or no, I take that back. It's the second video I had that has gotten over 100 views in a week.
That's good.
Yeah, and then another one, which I'm very proud of this video because this one pissed me off so much. I had to record it twice. I had to do it once so that I could just shout at it and calm down. Then I had to record it again so I could do coherent actual responses.
I've been there.
It was the very latest one I released 6 days ago. Me versus Trey Crowder, aka the liberal redneck. Do you hear about the whole Kavanaugh crap that went on in this country?
Yeah. Not super closely. I haven't followed it religiously, but I did see. I've seen mostly video titles have told me the story.
Yeah. So you know the gist of it. He was accused of sexual assault by 4 bimbos that can't remember jack shit about it. Yeah. But anyway, which by the way, 2 of those have been proven false.
Well, I saw somebody's video title yesterday or something, that was the main accuser has admitted that she was lying or something, and I was like, yeah, well, it's par for the course.
But it wasn't the main one. It wasn't the girl. It wasn't the woman that actually went to a hearing. It was another woman that had released an anonymous letter.
Okay, all right.
But now the response I did when I was
fucking people.
I don't know, but while I was researching my first Kavanaugh video, I stumbled across this guy, Trey Crowder. He's also known as the liberal redneck.
Yeah.
He did a video giving his opinion on it the day of the hearing. And it was I could tell it was after the hearing happened because of some what he said. But basically he said, he was doing the common thing. He was all, I believe Dr. Ford. And he was... Now, this is how it happened. I opened that video. I watched it first. It pissed me off at first because he had the stupidest freaking view on this. Because first he's talking about how he believes her and how he compares it to saying, if you're hiring somebody for an accountant and you look up and, word for word, he says this. If you look up their name on Google and it says that they were accused but never convicted of some heinous shit, you're going to scratch their name off the list and move on. And he's given this as an example for a trivial job. An accountant's not that big of a job. It's important, but it's a common middle-class job. But anyway, he also compared it to this situation that happened in Tennessee where University of Tennessee was hiring a football coach, and they found out that he was somehow implicated in a case in Pennsylvania State University where they had caught another football coach, Jerry Sandusky, who molested a lot of boys throughout his career. Now, I looked up the case that he was referencing so I could see whether or not I needed to argue about this, and this pissed me off more than when I first saw the original video, because I found out the reason University of Tennessee pulled this coach's offer, they found out that after court records were released from the Sandusky investigation, somebody testified that he heard from somebody else that the coach they were looking at hiring had possibly seen Sandusky molesting a boy in a shower and told somebody about it. However, the coach and I believe even the guy that he was rumored to have talked to both denied that the conversation ever took place. So they literally pulled this guy's job over a rumor. And he's acting like this is all hunky-dory.
Jesus.
And then the one that really pissed me off.
That's bad.
And then the line I actually shouted at the camera the first time I recorded this, because biggest line was he says, and Kavanaugh strikes me as a rich, entitled white asshole who's faced with the possibility of not getting a thing that he wants and is not handling it well. Making it sound like what this guy went through was nothing more than him getting grounded for the weekend because he stayed out past curfew. And I'm just like, he may not be able to teach law. He may not be able to coach his daughters in basketball and all this shit. And I'm just like, how is that? And him crying about it when he's in front of the Senate. How is that a rich white guy upset that he didn't get a job he wants?
Well, because they have no fucking decency, and as soon as it's a rich white guy or any, anything above like a poverty-stricken white guy, then they're just the devil and anything goes. My friend just pulled up though, so I'm gonna have to really bounce, my dude. Is there anybody else in here that can talk to you, like that you've shot links to?
Chambers is supposed to be coming here sometime soon.
Okay, that's good. I just feel really bad. I don't want to leave you alone, but my friend.
You're all right. If you have to leave me alone for a few minutes, I'll be fine. I'll wait for Chambers to get in here.
Okay, no worries. Well, thank you for inviting me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your birthday.
No problem. Thank you for coming on. I'll chat with you later about what we were talking about in DMs.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, see you, man.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, chat. So what is up with you guys? For 60 here, somebody should want to talk to me unless you just came for Peach. Just got out of Dallas. How's the weather going down there? What have I been doing? I've been driving truck and working on videos. That's pretty much about it. All right, I got a message from Chambers. I think she might be heading on here sometime soon. Also mentioning a few other people, see if anybody else wants to come on. Hey, Marianne, what you up to? And yes, I'm very happy to have been alive for another year. You in California, Johnny Blaze? Find that name kind of ironic considering you're talking about fires. My day has been pretty good. I just drove for most of it, and then I hit a little bit of traffic, which is why the stream started late, but might have another guest. See what's going on. That's a good way to spend the day. Yeah, I figured it was a different kind of blaze there, Johnny. Especially if you're in California. Not gonna lie, I kind of wish that they would adjust the laws on marijuana so I could do that on the weekends. But because of my job, can't. I'm a Oh, that's why. I just heard a little bit of an echo. I thought it was me. I was wondering why I was echoing because I have my computer muted.
Oh, is there an echo?
No, I thought it was me echoing. I didn't know it was there. It was you until I heard your voice.
So happy birthday. I probably can't stay for long. Finishing up last load and gonna do a 10-hour shutdown here soon.
Well, that gives you 10 hours to talk to me.
Nah, I need sleep.
What do you need sleep for? Your husband's doing all the work.
Still helping. Actually had to jump out and stop traffic. Sort of.
Fun. Where you guys at?
In Illinois.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And David showed up.
Huh?
I think he showed up.
Should be. My camera should not be turned on. Hey, Google. There we go.
Okay, there you are. And we got Gabe. What's up, dude?
Nothing much. Just trying to upload a video right now. Because Styx was being a bit of an idiot.
Depends which one were you talking about.
His Tucker Carlson video.
What was wrong with that? Well, I have a couple disagreements with him on Tucker Carlson. But I'm curious.
Well, the one where he was talking about Tucker and Antifa, the fact that he kept going back and forth and virtually having an orgasm of hatred between the two. He was constantly going on about how Tucker was a neocon. He never stayed on the main topic, which was Tucker being harassed by Antifa. I know for a fact he doesn't approve of any harassment or any threats of violence. I know that, and I'm never going to say that he does support that. But he just gave off this vibe of he really didn't care.
Yeah, I kind of see it. I like Styx. I think
I like him.
Like
I like
mainstream stuff in general.
Oh yeah, well I like Styx too, but I wasn't the only one who thought that. Like if you go down his comment section, you'll see loads and loads and loads of comments saying that you're wrong about Tucker, and Tucker has come up and said, "Hey, I was wrong about some things in the past. I understand my place. I understand that I am a Washington elite, but I still stand for what I believe. I'm a libertarian, and I will fight for the libertarians." So it's like in Styx's mind, because what I'm saying in my video, it's like, okay, because Styx works for Fox, it automatically means he's a globalist. Well, I've worked as a cashier for some pretty liberal companies. Does that mean that work for a liberal company that I'm automatically a liberal?
Quick side note, if you can type in the chat, I'll give you a wrench. You can share your channel.
Okay, cool. So it is on your channel. YouTube has kept me from getting your notifications. So, but that's my whole point. If I am working at a company, does that mean that I share the same beliefs as that company?
Yeah, and I mean, like, and see, this is one thing I say. Like, I don't like. This is my view on like Tucker and Fox and stuff like that. Like, Fox is highly biased to the right. Nobody denies that. I don't watch much of Fox News, but I like Tucker because, like, I mean, for example, the debate he had with Chunk from freaking Turks. Like, I don't think Tucker. That you can't tell me Tucker was out there saying what Fox was telling him to say. That was Tucker's genuine views. I didn't see hardly any difference between what he was saying during that debate versus what he was saying during any of his news segments.
Oh yeah, of course, and that's my whole point. Is just because you're hired by somebody doesn't mean you're saying everything you to say. I mean, I don't think Tucker would be where he is if he hadn't evolved as in terms of his political views. I remember watching him when I was a kid, and well, I'm old. I'm almost 26. Good lord. But I remember watching him when I was younger, and he's kind of grown as he's gotten further along in his politics, and he's always acted this way. I saw some old clips of him with it when he worked at MSNBC. Politics were slightly different, but he's always acted like this.
I started watching him when it was shortly after I got my XM radio. I need to turn that back on, honestly, but I got my XM radio. I started tuning into some of the Fox. Like, it was around when shit started getting crazy during the 2015 election. That's when I started listening. What's that?
Okay. Oh no, hubby was talking to me.
Oh. How's the weather up there?
Where we're at, it's cold and snowy. Had to drive through freaking Chicago. People are fucking morons. Don't even know how to drive. That's my chicken on the sky. Oh my god, I hate Chicago traffic. It was so bad.
You live in Illinois?
You want to know the best part? That's not the worst traffic you guys are going to meet.
Oh, yeah, no. Hubby said he has met with worse, so yay. Dumb drivers.
Oh, well, what's fun for me is I will drive the speed limit on it. Actually, I'll do under the speed limit because it was storming.
295.
Sheets of rain. And people will drive right, like they would be like a mile and a half behind me, and all of a sudden there's a car right smack dab behind me. They're tailgating me for about a mile and a half, and then they'll speed up, almost clip my bumper, and then zoom past me, and then go right back into the lane as if I was holding them up. And then, sure enough, they get stopped by a stoplight.
I freaking hate those people.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
We had a girl stop in front of us today, right in front of the nose of our semi. Like, she missed the stoplight, and it's just like, what are you doing? You can't sit right there in the intersection. And she, like, rolled back into a parking spot. We also saw, like, a semi overshoot it in an intersection and begin to back up. Luckily, dude didn't have anybody behind him. It's like, you're an idiot.
So yeah, what was the recent one that I had? I can't remember the last one. I can't remember the last ridiculous driver I had. It's been a while since I had somebody do something extremely stupid.
Oh, did you guys hear about about what one?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear what one? Like, I know I sent Chambers this, but did you hear what one of the Vox editors said about Tucker?
Yeah, Sinatra covered it during Ghost Poo, and also in his video about it earlier today. Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Well, apparently, here's the ironic thing, and I don't condone any of this stuff whatsoever. But apparently, after he said that, he got doxxed.
Who got doxxed?
The Vox editor. I'm not sure if I sent you this or not. There was an editor at Vox who essentially said, whether you like it or not, as a political strategy, it is kind of a good thing that Tucker and his family are being harassed and threatened.
Yeah, you did. Recipients are victims of MAGA, and it's just like,
yeah, and he and his family ended up getting doxxed. Now, I don't condone that at all.
Wow.
But I will still say karma's a bit of a bitch.
That's something I have never gotten about that whole thing. Like when they were shouting out there, like one of the things, like they're talking about these thousands of deaths that Tucker has caused, and we're just like, what deaths? And my favorite was this one. When they mentioned trans women's deaths. I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, even if we just narrowed it down to hate crimes, only 28 trans women have been killed by hate crimes so far in the year, and none of that is good. You shouldn't be killed just because of who you are, but based on numbers, I'm sorry, but 26 is a relatively low number that does not constitute an epidemic.
Well, I've had conversations with trans people before, what I believe about homosexuality and transitioning and stuff like that. I'm very open with it. But that being said, my views aside, you should not, and I've said this in countless videos, and people can disagree with my wording, I don't care, but still my sentiment is still the same. You should never, ever, 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 ever be killed or injured just because of what you choose to do with your body or what choices you choose to make with your personal life. Whether I agree with it or not, you do not deserve to be hurt because of it. Period.
Exactly, nobody does. Like,
disagree with the wording of what I say all you want. Like, you can say, oh, being gay isn't a choice, or I don't choose to be trans. Okay, I get it. Gender dysphoria is an actual thing. Sentiment is still the same. You still don't deserve to be hurt, whether or not it's biological. You're biologically born with it or not. You still don't deserve to be hurt.
Everybody deserves the right to live their lives as they see fit. I have no problem with that, as long as you don't try to take the rights away from other people so that you can have them.
Like all of every trans person I talked to was pissed off about the Christian bakery. Every gay person I talked to was pissed off about the Christian bakery. They didn't like it.
Especially because if you're referring to the one in Colorado,
yeah, I am.
I know the area. There were 13, and somebody even investigated. There were 13 bakeries they could have gone to that would have had absolutely no problem baking their cake between where they lived and that bakery down there.
Oh yeah,
it was like either.
It was proven to be a targeted attack. That being said, the baker, because I remember when this story first broke, the baker knew, because they had been served there before multiple times. They knew it was a Christian bakery. They had been served there before with no problems. And so they targeted them on purpose because they knew they were a Christian bakery. And even with the bakery pointing them in the direction of another really reputable baker and still offering them a pre-made cake that they could just decorate themselves, they still chose to do this, and they ended up losing in the end.
Yeah, there was another case I actually heard closer to this. This guy came out and told his story. He's a Christian guy. He owns a T-shirt shop. And he stated in the beginning, before he explained the case, he said, and I have a deal. If I turn anybody away for business, I point them to a shop I know that will print literally anything. And he even stated, he said he got sued because he turned down making Pride Parade shirts for some people.
Yeah, this was in Kentucky. I know the story.
For the chat, just so they know, I'll finish the story real quick. But yeah,
I'm sorry. No, I was just saying. I was just confirming that for the story, I believe.
Yeah, I was mainly saying that so you didn't think I was sarcastically finishing the story or anything like that.
No.
But
I know.
But yeah, he got sued for turning down the offer to make these Pride shirts. However, he had turned them to another place, and he even stated, he said, I don't print any shirt that I disagree with. I even refused to print shirts for another church that wanted to make anti-homosexual shirts. And it was like, that guy's fair. Why don't you just leave him alone and go to another company? It's not like there's a difference.
Yep. It's just, it's sad though, if this is the same thing that we're talking about. It very well could be, it very well couldn't be. But there was I believe he was forced by the government to make the shirts. If it's not the same story, there was a guy in Kentucky who owned a t-shirt company, and he said he wouldn't make any gay pride shirts. And I believe the courts ordered him to make the pride shirts, and that I thought was kind of unfair. It's a private
It is.
business. He has every right to. It's a private business. You have every right to do whatever the heck you want to with it. You know, if it was me, I know this is not not a very Christian thing to do, but if it was me, I would make the shirts. But you only told me to make the shirts. You never said they had to be of good quality. So
Yeah,
I would purposely have made the shirts crooked and off to the side because, quite frankly, you're forcing me to do something I don't want to do.
Yeah, like just
So,
should just be live and let live. Like there's somebody else doing it because capitalism. Like I remember that was my favorite frickin' thing in the it was in that Marina Shut Up video that me and you both responded to. Which I
yeah.
thought was kind of funny because yours came out one day before mine. But my favorite argument was when she's talking about this example family being poor because thanks capitalism, and I'm just like, and she still doesn't understand capitalism. Yet in the video that preceded that one, she got a sponsorship from a birth control app that provides birth control for people that probably people like that live out in the sticks that don't have very good access to it because of big city like I know from growing up in a small town, there's like one pharmacy. There's not much access to it. You got to drive at least an hour up the road. I'm just like, capitalism created that because there's a market for birth control where it's harder to get it. And they were able to pay you to say, hey, tell your viewers to use this product. And you still don't understand how it works.
I think a part of me believes that she does understand what's going on. She just doesn't want to. She wants to blame all the bad things on capitalism, but reap all the benefits of capitalism. That's what I've learned from a lot of these far left people is they only want to reap the good parts of it, and any negatives that happen, that's its fault. It's not the person's fault. It's the system's fault, which makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, right? Like, I
Sorry.
just thought that part was so ridiculous.
Okay, what the hell is vibrating in my room? It's probably my phone.
Vibrating?
Yeah, something in my room is vibrating. It's probably my cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. That might be me. It's not us that moved on.
Oh, good lord! I downloaded the TikTok app, ironically, and I've been too lazy to delete it. I literally downloaded it just to say one thing, and that was this app is freaking stupid. I mean, they don't even lip sync properly. It's not that difficult, especially since the app mutes your voice. If you just out the words, if you just talk the words to whatever it is you're doing, the app mutes whatever sound is on the outside coming from your microphone. You would look so much better when you're on video, but no, they have to do this horrible, over exaggerated lip syncing, and it looks terrible.
That's why I never understood why that app got so popular. And you see that most of its fan base is freaking teenagers. But that's the only
Of course.
explanation for why they think it's fun, and I don't get it.
Of
Like,
course. Now, I'm not saying don't have fun with the app. Of course, apps are there to be enjoyed. Some people actually used it, like some Vine personalities actually used when it was musically, they used it as another form of Vine, like just because you could actually record your own actual videos as well. But if you're gonna do things, at least do it somewhat properly. I mean, a lot of the people that do these videos are like adults, so them being adults, they have no reason. They have no reason to not be cringe, but they choose to anyway. It's just like, why? And then all I'm seeing are these TikTok ads all over YouTube.
I get them on YouTube and Facebook, and my wife has the app, and I just don't get why anybody watches. I think she just likes cringing at them, and she follows people like freaking she follows guys like Crank That Frank. He does a lot of he'll do response videos to cringy emo TikToks. Which
so
she's like back when it was musically, but
gotcha. So she's like me. She likes cringing at really horrible crap.
Yeah, all right.
You okay, Chambers?
Yeah, we're trying to find a truck stop.
Are y'all driving?
I'm not driving. Happy is.
Well, I wouldn't think that you'd be streaming and driving.
I can drive just fine. Fuck you.
No, I said streaming and driving. I wouldn't think you'd be doing both.
I've done both.
No.
I'll stop, turn on the stream, and then I'll put my headphones on, and then I'll just start driving. Though I do need to find some better headphones that are universally good for keeping the noise of the truck out, because it's so weird. Like, I went on the Chambers stream about a month ago now, and we had a fine conversation. The noise didn't interfere hardly at all. But on iRepair's Discord, if he does a call-in stream with that, I can't do it while the truck's moving because too much noise. Then, like, you remember Sir Conservatarian, who I used to stream with before he had to delete his channel, but I used to go on his streams all the time while I was driving, no problems, but a couple weeks ago I tried to go talk to Ranting Monkey on one of his morning streams, but I had to go because the noise was too much.
Yeah. I mean, usually you're going to have to save up for a more high-end headset. If on a hypothetical money is no object basis, I would look at a Bose headset, to be honest with you. But then again, you don't want to be driving while having headphones on, dude. That's dangerous.
Well, what I do is I don't have my headphones all the way on. I have it on one ear and then the other one is off. Kind of like my.
Gotcha.
Yeah, gotcha. I don't drive with my my headphones on both ears. I got to be able to hear around me.
Yeah, gotcha. Especially since you're driving a large truck. I've almost been run off the side of the road by semis.
Yeah, so have I.
Actually, a semi, and he knew what he was doing. Went through 2 lanes because I was driving over the Cincinnati Kentucky Bridge, and this semi came over and almost ran me off the side of the bridge. I was terrified. It was my first time ever driving to Kentucky by myself. So that was fun. I almost took a dive into the ocean or the river.
The river.
River.
When was this?
It's a large body of water. I don't think it really matters what large body of water I'm falling into as I'm plummeting to my death. I'm not going to be falling out of my car and thinking to myself, I wonder if this is an ocean or a river. Where did you guys go to, Chambers? She is so out of it.
Yeah, I think she might have muted herself for a second. But yeah, when did you make that
Probably.
trip?
Oh, that was probably about 2 years ago. I had to go to Kentucky because I had to get there was a doctor there in Kentucky who could get because for whatever reason Ohio is the only state in America that has this weird time limit on when you can give people weight loss medications. It's the only state in America that does that. And so I had to go to Kentucky to get the weight loss medication for myself back in around 2016. So I had to go to Kentucky to do that. And driving through, like, obviously I'm not giving away where I actually live, but Cincinnati is a fairly large city, so I don't think that it matters that I say Cincinnati. Driving through Cincinnati is like it's terrifying driving through Cincinnati. Especially when you've never driven through a big city before. I just stick around like the rural areas and the places that I know that I'm comfortable with. Mm-hmm. But Cincinnati was interesting.
Reason I was asking when you did is because I actually went through there 3 days ago.
Yeah, but no, for me it's just I'm just trying to figure out what the hell I want to do with my channel. I'm tired of politics, and I keep going back to politics because everything's freaking political.
Yeah, no, right.
Hey, Chambers is back.
Oh, I didn't even see her leave.
She left. Now she's back. But it's just so stupid. And now I'm having to make this Sticks video because I don't agree with how he's talking about Tucker. Because, like, I'm not this, like, I hate Fox News. Like, I don't like Fox at all. There are only 3 anchors at Fox that I actually like. And that is Laura Ingraham, Tucker Carlson, and Greg Gutfeld. Everyone else I don't like. They fired the other anchor I liked, which was Eric Bolling. Which he has a job with Steven Crowder. It's amazing that all the good Fox anchors that get fired find their way to CRTV.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm just waiting for them to fire Tucker Carlson so that way Steven Crowder can scoop him up.
Yeah, no, right.
And then watch Sticks call Crowder a globalist after that.
Yeah. The one thing I definitely did, the one thing I did kind of have respect for Fox with is they listened to their fan base. After Tommy Lahren got fired from The Blaze because she diverted from The Blaze's opinions, everybody kept, even on unrelated posts, people kept commenting on Fox's Facebook posts saying, "You guys should hire Tommy Lahren." I guess they finally gave in and they hired her.
Yeah. I mean, but I have to agree with the amazing Lucas, though. And he wasn't saying, like, all conservatives need to have the hive mentality. But he did a video on Tommy Lahren, and I agree with him on this. You can't say that you're a conservative because conservatives have a core set of beliefs that they follow, just like liberals have a core set of beliefs that they follow. You can't say you're a conservative and pro-choice at the same time. That just doesn't add up.
Well,
now, I agree that she's
like it kind of depends though, because like most of her views lean conservative. That's like one of the only things she doesn't agree with most conservatives on.
Exactly, and that's what Lucas was saying. He's saying you can have your beliefs, and you had to look at the comment section because he was actually Amazing Lucas is a good dude. I like him. I like him a lot. But he clarified himself in the comment section. And I forget exactly what he said because he was making sure that he clarified for his audience, which is something that a lot of YouTubers don't tend to do. So I'm not doing him any justice by what I'm saying, but I kind of agree with him because you can't you can lean conservative, but don't say that you're fully conservative because you don't have 100% conservative leanings. That's what he was saying, I think. So, because I'm not 100% conservative, I'm more libertarian than anything else, but I'm conservative in the majority of my beliefs. I'm an independent conservative, but she claims to be fully conservative.
Yeah, maybe that would be a little bit smarter, is to adjust that label a little bit, like admit that she's not fully conservative.
But that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. I mean, tomorrow I'm going to be on a stream with Nate the Voluntarist, and I think NPC Kitty. I think she's going to be on there. And before that, I'm going to be watching the Alabama game, hoping and praying that Mississippi State doesn't get their butts kicked.
Yeah, I'm headed home tomorrow. I'm as long as I get home when I'm projected to get home, I should be having a discussion with LSP on illegal immigration, and also
who's LSP?
Liberal Sanity Project.
I don't think I've ever heard of him.
Oh, he's a cool guy. He's I mean, it's in his name. He's a liberal, but yeah, he
Well, just because you're a liberal doesn't mean you're stupid.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. Is like he's a good guy to talk to. He'll debate pretty much anybody on his stuff, and despite not agreeing with him on many things, I respect him a lot because he stands by his guns and he will defend his viewpoint as much as he can. He was actually my first debate, which I admittedly did horribly on. Weibo moderated it for us, and we were talking about the Electoral College, and he actually helped me gave me some pointers on debates and helped me learn a little bit more about how to deal with that. Because I went in there and I didn't totally prepare because my points I knew, but I didn't think to back them up with some articles. And I also, one of the biggest mistakes I made is I was making the common comparison because we all know the common argument about how New York and California would basically run the country if it was a straight democracy. And he brought up that Los Angeles and New York their populations don't overlap the population of the rest of the country, which when I thought about it, he's right. But here's where I realized I made the mistake. It's mostly because of the populated counties, not directly, specifically LA or New York. That's just the concentration of where most of them are. But if you take pretty much every major city in the country, like Denver, Colorado Springs, Pueblo, Seattle, pretty much all the bigger counties that surround LA, all the counties surrounding New York City specifically, you take all the big city county populations, add them together, that's where they outnumber us. So it may not be directly LA and New York running us, but the cities basically control the rural America. And like that's one thing that's evident in my own state. I live in Colorado, and pretty much everything along the I-25 corridor outnumbers the rural areas on either side of the interstate. So they pass a lot of laws by just catering to the city populations and getting them to vote in favor of it because the outside guys aren't going to matter because I think for the most part, Colorado is a straight democracy. I think we passed an amendment to change that, but I could be wrong.
Can I tell you something funny that somebody told me on Twitter, and they're dead serious about this? Someone who's literally calls themselves Blue Wave Wins which is hilarious, and they're serious. They have in their bio that liberal Christians are the only true Christians. And they clarified that for me, saying liberal Christians follow the New Testament and Christ more, and conservative Christians follow the Old Testament and the angry patriarchal Judaic law more. And Christian means follower of Christ. I'm going to judge less, though. Regardless, I and the universe / God love you. Note, just 5 seconds ago, she had just got done calling me stupid. So, I have no words. I've been fighting with somebody who calls himself a libertarian, yet says all the talking points of a far leftist. I showed him proof of the synagogue shooter. That the synagogue shooter was not a Trump supporter, and it was a USA Today piece. And he's like, "It's an opinion piece, so there's no proof." And then I sent him a Slate article, a New York Times article, and another publication that I forget which, all of which were left-leaning publications that hate Donald Trump, and they all said the same thing, that the that the shooter was an anti-Trumper, and he still refused to accept the information. And his tag was Trumpers can't be thinkers. And his biggest conspiracy was, yeah, you just told me you get your news from no-name idiots on YouTube who are probably owned by the Kremlin. So I retweeted it and tagged Styx. I doubt he saw it. But I'm like, hey, Styx, are you owned by Putin? Because I don't think Styx and H.A. Goodman are owned by Vladimir Putin, like, at all. But you can't call yourself a libertarian and be spouting off the crap that you're spouting off in terms of Trump is the enemy of the people and this, that, and the other, because even though a lot of libertarians might not agree with Trump or like Trump, they most certainly don't think that he's the enemy of the people.
And literally leftists that I argue with on Twitter or anything, none of them can label me why he is such an enemy or what he's done wrong. They just go back to the same couple things that they bitched about him saying during the freaking campaign.
Yeah, he said, impressive that you use an opinion piece as proof of literally anything. Then you admit you get your news from random Trumper YouTube posters? No, I never said they were Trump supporters. In fact, Styx is kind of impartial on Donald Trump. Quite possibly owned and operated by the Kremlin. How do you even feed yourself, Trumper? Love it. Opinions are, quote, fact. Hashtag MAGA. I just love stupidity. I love all forms of stupidity.
Oh yeah, me too. Like, I was arguing with some guys with some people on my Facebook. It started about a week ago when a liberal friend of mine posted an article about. He posted an article about Trump's announcement that he's thinking about using an executive order to end birthright citizenship. Specifically, the part where a Mexican immigrant can cross the border, have a baby over here hours later, and because the baby was born on U.S. soil, it's a citizen. It is a law that's technically been abused, but has never been tried in the Supreme Court. And I started off by saying, I actually did a video on this that I'm going to release tomorrow after I edit it, but I started off by saying that I thought it was a good idea because Trump probably knows it's going to get blocked by the Ninth Circuit, so he'll take it to the Supreme Court and we'll have a discussion about it, which needs to happen because that law does need to end. Now, first I got every response you could think of. First, it came up with, "Oh, you just hate the you just hate Mexicans. You don't want the browning of America to happen. You just don't like them because you're white and you don't like brown people." All that crap. I'm just like, no. I think that the abuse of that law, number one, it takes the shit on the slaves for which that law was built to help, because the 14th Amendment was originally put in to allow the freed slaves to be citizens, because a few states did not want to accept that. It also takes a crap on the immigrants that came here legally and that are waiting in line to come here legally. They kept saying the same thing. Is like, you're just racist because, like, eventually it also developed into the border wall. And I said the same thing. I was like, okay, how does wanting border security make me racist? Because it has nothing to do with who's coming across the border, like race-wise. It has to do with the crime coming across, and it has to do with the fact that I want people to come, but I want them to come legally. And I have been very outspoken about the fact that I support fixing the immigration system so that it's quicker for people to come over here, but also is a process that way, if need be, if we have to, because our country can't handle the people, we can shut off immigration.
Well, it's like I forget the individual's name, but the skinny bald dude who I think was getting interviewed by Jim Acosta, or Jim Acosta was in the press box. He told Jim, he was like, "Jim, do you really not understand the difference between a green card and not having a green card? How do you think a wall is going to affect green card holders?"
Yeah, like, they never have an answer to this, and none of them can explain to me why wanting border security is racist in any way.
Oh, it is. It's like I told a person, okay, unlock all of your doors and all of your windows, unlock them all, and let whatever random hobos. No, my autocorrect messed up and said homo. They got super pissed off. They're like, "I'm one of these homos. You said an offensive thing," and I'm like, "It was
I'm
my
like, no.
It was my autocorrect. I meant hobo," and they're like, "Oh." And here's the thing: if it was somebody like Jarl of SWAT, he would have understood that was autocorrect, and he would have just laughed. He would have had fake outrage, complete fake outrage, because he likes to mess with us. Laughed. He doesn't mind me calling him a homo. He doesn't mind me calling him the other F word for homosexual, because he knows that I have no qualms about that at all. Now, if I was to say that and mean it in a derogatory way, then yeah, he'd have some issue with that. But I don't do that, and I would do that because, regardless of my beliefs, and he knows my beliefs, I still respect him as a human being, and I would never degrade him simply because of his choices to live his life the way that he does. This is not something I do. I never will. Yet somehow I am seen by the mainstream gay people, and he doesn't even understand this. I'm seen as worse than that of a Muslim who will chuck you off a building because they think your lifestyle is wrong.
Yeah, I know. Like, I couldn't even handle going through Sundom American's last video on Riley Dennis, where she's responding to hit Riley's freaking another virtue signaling video about Muslims. Like, I just can't handle this dude, because Riley even addresses the fact that we have all said, he's like, they'll kill you for being gay and stuff like that. Well, basically his logic is, well, the ones I know wouldn't do that, so I don't think anybody else would. And we're just like, okay, go to South Korea and test that theory.
Yeah.
Sorry,
hey, and real quick, sorry I haven't been talking as much, but we're getting near a shutdown point for the night. But no, Riley Dennis is an idiot. I don't freaking touch the guy with the 9-foot pole. He's low-hanging fruit, and I can't even watch videos done on him anymore. It's that fucking bad. But anyway, happy birthday, man. Like I said, sorry I wasn't able to hang around very much. Your timing kind of threw me for a loop. So.
Sorry about that. I should have messaged you a little bit earlier, but who
Oh,
knows?
hey, you're on the road. Shit happens, so I get that. But anyway, yeah, I'll hit you up later. Okay. Be safe. Have a fun weekend.
We need to stream sometime, Chambers.
Yeah, I got sick, and so I had to cancel my own stream this week. So.
Yeah. Get better. Get out of here. You're a dork.
See ya. Peace.
But we get,
Hey, see you later.
I get all these crazy people. And it's like, the dude, I was told by a woman, I'm trying to find good Lord, I've been talking to a bunch of idiots. The person basically stated that any and all Trump supporters. Well, hold on. The blue wave person said a samurai can't be fat. A judge should not guess. An idiot does not know he's an idiot. Only those around him must suffer his idiocy. Bored with you as a toy, Mr. Mouse, and will be moving on to seek greater intellects with which to engage. Have a fun night. And then right after that, she said, I and God love you.
Okay.
How the hell does that work? I just don't get it. I don't get it.
it. Just tell you another one that I definitely did not get. There.
So how old are you?
Oh, I turned 25 today.
Ooh, I did not know I was older than you.
I didn't until you mentioned that you were 26 a minute ago either.
Well, I'm not 26 yet. I turn 26 next month.
Well, they'll still close enough.
So, yeah, I mean, it's to the point where I'm not officially 26, but December 23rd will come here soon enough. No, I was talking. There was somebody who was defending Jim Acosta, and this person, in their infinite wisdom, they said first they told me to not watch the White House's video because these people automatically assume they know what videos you've seen. It always just baffles me. They just assume they know what videos you've watched of any particular situation. They said since the actual video, not the doctored one you released, shows the intern or aide or whoever the hell she is literally grabbing Acosta. Have you suspended her White House credentials? Let me know when the answer is yes. Stand with Acosta. I said, she never grabbed once. She grabbed the mic, which was her job to do, but not Acosta. He said, actually, according to the law, when someone is holding an object, i.e. a microphone, which that object is an extension of that person, watch the real video, not the fake one the White House put out. She was hostile and aggressive and tried to rip it out of his hands. He did not touch her at all. I said I watched the CNN footage. I think this threw them for a loop that I actually watched a CNN video. I have yet to even view the White House one, but there are exceptions to that law, such as if you're breaking a rule in the White House. By you quoting that law, you were saying that nobody is ever allowed to take their property back from a thief. He said, rules do not supersede the law, my friend. The White House gave that microphone to Jim. He did not steal anything. Come on, you can do better than that.
If I give you my car, I expect you to give back my car. And if you don't give back my car, I can report you for theft.
Yes, but I said this. They gave him that mic to ask a question to Trump. Trump said multiple times, next question, and pointed to her. With that gesture, he was told to give the mic back. He did not want to give the mic back. Therefore, it was justified to take it from him. I got no response from that person. Again, still
I
have
have no
not
way to
gotten.
defend him. And I love how they're flipping their shit about this, but they were all happy when Obama booted Fox News from the White House.
Oh yeah,
And then, but no, the dumbest argument I got into recently. This was right before the midterms, about 3 days before the midterms. Michelle Guido, she's a feminist, but I respect her because she will talk to me about our disagreements. Versus a lot of them who just block me right away because I challenge their ideas. But anyway, she reposted something with the caption saying, "See, this is racist voter suppression." And I looked at it. It was an article talking about how Dodge City, Kansas, had rejected a proposal to open a second polling place in the city. Now, Dodge City, I frequent that place a lot. I'm there once or twice a month because we have a meat plant that I get loads from all the time. So
you get loads of meat. I'm sorry. It's 9:30. I'm not even close to being sleepy, but I'm so immature at 9:30.
Trust me. Trust me. If this had gone as planned, Drunken Uncle was supposed to come on here. I'm pretty sure he would have made that joke if he didn't.
I love Uncle. He's awesome.
Yeah, no, I think you forgot about it within the last couple of days because he had some friends coming over. But oh well, he'll come on eventually.
He never, when he forgets crap, he never means to be rude about it. He just forgets, which is perfectly understandable. He's like me.
He's never intentionally skipped out on a stream or something like that because it's me or anything like that. And we banter with each other a lot. Like our running joke right now, I'm not allowed on the Ghost Poo.
I won't talk to you because you only have 200 subscribers. I'm too big for you.
What, is somebody saying in the chat?
No. But did you hear about Andy Worski?
I've been slowing down on following him because after he decided to not have any forgiveness for anything going on between him and the Kumite, and is basically obviously just milking up for drama, I'm just like, okay, now he's being kind of a dick.
Well, you know who Booberly is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of slandering her a little bit. And I don't know much of what's going on, but all I know is that when Andy broke up with his girlfriend, she started to flirt with him, and this was after they were broken up. And he's starting to say that she was the one who broke him and his girlfriend up. So that's all I know as of right now from what he's tweeted and from what I've seen on Thomas Ellington's stream. But I'm just like, okay, you're a little bit unhinged, Andy. I unsubscribed from him a long time ago, and SoFane and a lot of other larger channels have had it with him as well. So, I mean, yeah, just
I feel like here was the thing with Andy. We all know like the anti-SJW genre. It's going a little bit down as far people that already had skin in the game, like Bear, Sinatra, and them, they're growing still because they started early and everything. But the genre is taking a little bit of a hit. Which I'm not going to lie, I'm not trying to be all big-headed or something like that, but I think that's a little bit into why I haven't grown very much. I could be wrong, I don't know, but that's just a partial guess. I think that's partially responsible for why I haven't grown as quickly as I wish I could have. But anyway, I don't think he ever planned for what to do if that content ever slowed down and there wasn't as much of a demand for it. But then the drama with Liz and Zeph and that server happened, and the drama stuff was getting everybody views. Like it made the Cunt stream went up over 1,000 subs because of the fight that they had on their 8-hour stream. Andy's channel went up a bit. The Kumite Tonkasa's channel grew up over. Ended up peaking at about 10K subs, I think, maybe 12.
Yeah.
But then he started doing the debates, like that Richard Spencer one. That brought in $20,000. I read an article about that. I didn't know it brought in that much. I knew he got a decent amount of money, but $20,000 freaking dollars just because he hosted a debate between Spencer, Styx, and Sargon. And then the debate streams were doing pretty well. They were getting good views. People were enjoying them. I had actually almost gotten one set up, but stuff went a different direction around the time that I was supposed to go on there, so it didn't happen, sadly. But still. Yeah. And then after that, something happened between them and the Kumite. I don't know exactly what. All I know is Tonka got in a fight with him and Failure, and did say some nasty things. Like I followed that, and Tonka was being a major dick during that time. Now, I don't know much about what happened. All I know is Tonka and Failure made up. They're friends again. They're still streaming together. It seems like Andy has not let it go, and it seems he's also starting to move into trying to create drama for views. And I think part of that came from because, like, during the Kumite days when they were doing fights and stuff on the Kumite and doing debates on his channel, they had people. There were a lot of people that did start unfollowing Andy. And this is just off the top of my head. If I'm wrong, somebody feel free to correct me. But from what I know, a few people like Blair White, I don't know if Repsion let him know or just unfollowed him just randomly. But I know Blair, Repsion, I think Shuan Head, and a few others that he considered friends, they unfollowed him on Twitter because they got sick of all the drama stuff coming up in their feeds. But a lot of them didn't have the common courtesy to let him know, hey, I'm still your friend, but I'm unfollowing you on Twitter because the drama stuff is clogging up my feed. Which, in my opinion, is a little bit fair. Like, I had a friend that lived in Michigan that we only talked to on Facebook, and she unfriended me one day, and you'd think I should just be meh about it because it was an internet. We were only talking on the internet, but I was close to this friend. We talked quite a bit, but all of a sudden she just basically ghosted and no explanation given. So I think that's kind of how he felt. So I understand why he felt hurt by that, because these people that he considered his friends just decided to axe him and not give an explanation why. But then as of late, he hasn't put any of this drama behind him. He went on a 3-hour tirade about Blair when she announced that she was going to stop doing political content, and just doing a whole bunch more drama, trying to challenge Taka to a fight and stuff like that, and just I think he's just doing his desperate best to stay afloat, and it's not working.
Well, I found out that he live on stream false flagged somebody. And somebody called him out for it on Twitter, and he said, well, this person flagged me, so an eye for an eye.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, I don't think I unfollowed him for that, but I was about to.
Yeah, I unfollowed him for how he was treating Booberly, because from the very bare bones of what I know, and I really don't know much of anything. I just don't. I know she is out to the public, and that's about all I know. But she does not come off to me as the type of person who would try to break up a relationship. And if so, why would she wait this long to try to break up Andy and his girlfriend? That just makes no sense. If she's this crazy psycho stalker fan, wouldn't she have tried to break you up a long time ago? That doesn't add up to me. But for me, it's just, I don't like drama. Like, I'll talk about it, yeah, sure, of course. But overall, I don't like when people start drama. I don't like when people, create drama. I don't like people who decide to make a very hostile place out of YouTube because it makes no sense. That's why I did. That's why I'm glad that I was finally able to break off of Liz Reptile and all those people because they're nothing but toxic drama, and nobody likes that. I don't like drama. It puts too much stress on me to constantly be worried about drama. And where I may comment on it, I may give a commentary on what's going on from time to time. Overall, I tend to try to stay out of any major fights. I know that you can't avoid all drama, but still, to seek it out the way that these guys are doing, it makes no sense to me.
Yeah, same here. I mean, like, I'll admit I had the one time I thought about doing a show on like messaging like the Kumite to talk. Like, I tried to get on there to talk to Andy about when him and Blair started arguing after she unfollowed him and stuff like that. Because at that time I could understand where Andy was coming from, and I wanted to just have a chat about it. And I also actually, at one point, I even considered messaging them and seeing if they wanted to schedule something between me and No Bullshit, because I had gotten in an argument with No Bullshit on Twitter. Because No Bullshit's kind of a dickhead.
I stopped following No BS a long time ago. Dude, once I found out that he was a scam artist, I stopped following him a long time ago.
I don't know anything about that. It was just like he... It started because he started... like, him and Batning have a feud that he won't let go of because Batning did that video on him a while ago.
Yeah.
But I saw Batning had posted that he was going to be a dad. And then No Bullshit made a very unnecessary and unneeded comment. Like, I don't care if you have a feud. I don't care if you're having a feud, but he shouldn't be getting on there and bugging him when he's talking about being a dad. That's a moment that should be left to him and his family. I wouldn't do that to even my own enemies.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
you don't bring children into it. No matter what, the kids don't deserve it.
And like, it was one of those things. Like, I wasn't white knighting for Batning because I know he can handle himself. Hang on 1 second. Let's get out of the way of the lounge while somebody gets their laundry. I've literally been streaming in the laundry room at work. But anyway, he brought something up about that. They went back and forth for a few minutes, and I commented something like, I wasn't white knighting for Batning or anything like that. I know he can handle himself, but I started arguing with No Bullshit, telling him, look, dude, this was out of line. Like, I don't care if you guys feud. It's kind of entertaining sometimes, but this was not a time when you needed to bring anything up. And then we just, like, kept going back and forth, and I was even trying to tell him, like, because he had moderated one of Andy's debate streams once, and he did a good job. I was even trying to tell him, like, dude, you got a few skills. You're decent at moderating. You were able to catch some things that I didn't even think about while you were moderating that debate. But I was like, there's the things you do that make you kind of a dickhead are what turns people off. And if you would knock some of that off, and if you would take some of the Batning's advice from that video, instead of taking it like he was talking at his ass and was just talking shit about you for the sake of talking shit about you, like, if you take some of that advice, you would probably be a much better content creator.
Mm-hmm.
But he wants to act like he's all big badass and never done anything wrong.
Like Mundane Matt. Which I find it funny. In regards to Mundane Matt, I did a little bit of trolling on Instagram with Matt. I said, why do you suck? And he essentially was like, keep coming at me, sweetheart, or something like that. I forget exactly what he said, but it wound up with him asking for proof that he flagged my video because I said that he did. Because who else would have done it? And I showed him the community guidelines. Huh?
I was like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing too, because, like, normally if a small channel like you had just come out and said that right away, I would have been like, oh, you're just looking for attention, trying to buy into the hype. But I know you wouldn't randomly make a claim like that if you didn't have a good reason for it. And I was also thinking, why would a video on a channel your size get flagged right away?
Yeah, and plus, specifically being about Mundane Matt, who's an individual that the vast majority of YouTubers on our side of the web despise. I don't even think people I hate would have flagged my video for that. But he wanted proof, and it was a community guideline strike. So he was like, "Well, you can't show me that it was me. You can't prove it was me because my name's not on it." And
well, we can because you can look up. Well, actually, we could because we could just have you look up your history. But we know from the kill stream that exposed you the first time, you just delete it.
Yeah, but then he eventually blocked me on Instagram. But I'm thinking to myself, I was talking to Jarl SWAT, and I was thinking to myself, if he's acting like this on Instagram, because he spent like 2 days arguing back and forth with me. And I'm thinking to myself, well, dude, if he's acting like this to a small no-name Instagram channel, then why wouldn't you think that he didn't flag me on YouTube? Because his ego's so big that if his ego's so big that he has to fight somebody on Instagram who is nothing, nothing, then of course he's gonna flag that same individual on YouTube. Oh, I remember what he did. He called me a thought. Yeah, I made an entire video about this. He called me a freaking thought, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm not seeking your attention. I'm trolling you. There's a big difference. If you were to block me tomorrow, I wouldn't give a damn.
The only thing that would have made that better is you should have changed your Twitter handle to Gabe the Thought.
Oh yeah, but it's just like, I'm thinking to myself, I don't even like you, like not even a little. He does the exact same type of videos that the Quartering does. The Quartering openly admitted it. The Quartering openly admitted that what they do is not that difficult. Yet somehow the Quartering is able to do what he does without complaining, without crying, without throwing a fit, and he has a personality that people actually like. So that's the difference between the Quartering and Mundane Matt. And Mundane Matt just seems to think that, everything's difficult. And it pissed me off when he was talking about BetterHelp, and he was talking about his anxiety in regards to making videos and all this other garbage. I'm thinking to myself, I'm an individual, I'm a YouTuber who does all of his stuff on a mobile device. Now, I'm not complaining because I love what I do, but I'm just putting things into perspective. I was putting things into perspective in my video. I've been working for the past 3 years on an old, broken down Samsung Galaxy S7 phone that is slowly dying even as we speak. I was able to get 2 more tablets to work on my stuff, but unfortunately I'll have to use a program called KindMaster, and I can't get the watermark off unless I pay a subscription fee, which I'm not going to do. With that being said, I've been working on mobile for 2 years, editing and making sure everything's okay. You're worried because you have to talk and then hit 3 buttons to process a video. Because it doesn't take that long to export a video or do the things that he was saying that he was doing. And that just pissed me off that he was trying to use mental health in that way.
Yeah, no, same here. And then this freaking stupid exchange I had with him. He retweeted that. The Republican ad that featured some migrants crossing.
Yeah.
Like it featured some migrants that were knocking down one of our border fences from that first caravan that came up here, and then that illegal immigrant that had killed the cops and admitted to it and everything like that.
Yeah.
He retweeted Donald Trump's original tweeting of that video, and he's like, "This is our president. This is why we should vote him out in 2020." I'm just like, why? Because this stuff literally happened. Like this stuff literally happened. and he's showing it saying, we want to take care of this issue because the Democrats don't. And there is literally no lie in what he said. The Democrats don't want to take care of it. The Democrats condemn us for the way we want to deal with it, but they never give us a solution to deal with it. Like, I have asked numerous liberals that I argue with about this topic. I've said, okay, what should we do about it then if you don't like how the Republicans want to do it? They don't have an answer. They just say we're racist for wanting border security. But anyway, I commented that on there. I was like, well, why is this bad? And labeled the reasons why I think it's fine. And he said, well, it's dog whistling to racists. I asked him, how is it dog whistling to racists? Like, all this stuff literally happened. I agree with the ad, and I am not racist whatsoever. Never got a reply, but I got in an argument with several of the people in his chat who themselves could not give me an explanation why it was dog whistling to racist, aside from basically saying, well, some racist people might agree with it. I'm just like, well, duh. Of course they'll agree with an ad that is portraying immigrants in a bad way because they don't like these people based on their race. Difference is, I agree with the ad, but it's not because I think all Mexicans act like that. It's not because I think all immigrants act like that. It's because those particular situations are an issue, and I think we need to take care of those situations. Not because I think all immigrants do that. There is a huge difference.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing. This is my problem with what the far left, and I want to specify far left, does. They want to say the same with Muslim. They want to say that immigrant is a race. Immigrant is not a race. Trump's wife is an immigrant, and she's white. You can have white immigrants, you can have Asian immigrants, you can have Hispanic immigrants, you can have all sorts of immigrants. It doesn't matter. It just so happens that the immigrants that are flooding in and trying to come into our country happen to be Hispanic, but there are other races of immigrants, just like there are plenty of races of Muslim. Shoot, you can type in white Muslim on YouTube and you'll get a couple of it. You'll get like at least 4 videos. I mean, they're not common, but there are white Muslims.
Yeah, no, and like I had the same argument when I was talking about illegal immigration on that Facebook post I mentioned a while ago. I had people that were saying, it's like, oh, you probably don't have a problem with an illegal Canadian coming over here or anything like that. I was like, actually, no, I have a problem with that. Well, you're still racist because you're focusing on the southern border. You just hate the brown people that come from the south. I was like, no, dumbass. I even addressed this in I'm releasing tomorrow. But
I wouldn't have a problem with an illegal Canadian coming over as long as he brings a truckload of maple syrup.
There we go. That could be our new trade-off. If you come from Canada, you bring maple syrup, and we'll grant you citizenship.
Bring some damn maple syrup, and you can come into our borders. Good Lord. But I just don't understand it. I'm okay. Like, that feminist you were talking about, what was her name?
Michelle Guido.
Yeah. I'm okay with people like that. I may disagree with them, but I've befriended a couple feminists before. I don't mind them. As long as you're logical in your thinking, well, as long as you come at your thinking through a sincere and logical place, and you're not just constantly attacking me because my views differ from you, I'm okay with you. Ranting Monkey last night, during his midterm stream, he had a progressive on his stream. And here's the thing. The progressive, his name was Triple Sided Coin, I believe. He didn't like the way the progressives were acting. Like, he was embarrassed by the progressives. So even though I disagree with his political beliefs, he still was logical enough and reasonable enough to understand that even people on his own side are being flat out idiotic.
Yeah, that's good. I like it when that happens. But
oh yeah, as long as you're the type of person, because I'm that type of person. I used to be a Republican. I'm no longer a Republican. I'm an independent, conservative, libertarian. I know that's a bunch of labels in one, But that's how my thought process is. I'll always be conservative, but I'm more of a libertarian than anything else. I side more with the Republican side because we run off of a two-party system. But I voted for every libertarian candidate on my ballot in Ohio, and there weren't that many. There were like,
honestly, what I think we need is we need one libertarian that will, like, I forget who was talking about that. Oh yeah, it was Caitlin Bennett.
Yeah.
I agree with her 100% on this. We need one libertarian that is good enough at discussing their views and stuff like that, and smart enough to possibly win a presidency. We need one of them to run for president, but they need to just suck it up and run as a Republican. Because, like, yes, you're diverting from your actual label, but Republican is the closest to your label that is actually going to get somewhere. Because until we get somebody in the office that will help us fix our screwed up two-party system, like, I don't totally have a problem with the labels or anything like that. It helps you differentiate between where your political opinions are going to kind of sit. But we need somebody that will get in there and help us set up so that we have a chance for other parties to get in there and win. Like, it shouldn't come down to just a Republican candidate and a Democratic candidate. We should set it up so that we get, like, where we can even get to the presidential debates where there's one, hell, even get the race, narrow the race down to 3 people. That way we got a third option. We don't have to deal with what we dealt with in 2016, which is, what do we want, the shit or the fart?
Dude, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but you have to hear this.
What is it?
Blue A once said, "Even when I wrongly judged you and called you stupid, I still loved you. Assessing someone's behavior and loving them for being a part of the human race aren't mutually exclusive concepts. Sunday School 101, right?"
How the hell is Kamala Harris showing up on my feed?
So you're allowed to basically call me a dumb black person and then say you're doing that out of love.
I'm about to troll Senator Harris.
But for like, have you ever heard of a YouTuber by the name of Jello-Apocalypse?
I don't think so.
He's an animation YouTuber. He's an animation YouTuber who is not known for doing any political stuff whatsoever, like at all, like zero. And you know how usually when channels like that, they'll do their normal, the only type of political stuff they'll do is like get out and vote type video, like just a generic, go vote. It's your city. They won't get any more political than that because they don't want to like divide their fan base, but they do want them to get out and vote and do what is right for the country. What Jello did was he made the first half of his video, the generic get out and vote. But then, and I made a video on this responding to this, he took the video down. But his animations had it so that whenever something was going wrong for the Democrats, it was a blue background. And the Democrats were being painted, like the little characters that they had, the red characters were painted as the evil bad people, and the blue characters were painted as the good people who were humanitarians, and they were the ones wanting to save the country. And he went into Orange Man bad mode immediately after the 1 minute and 25-second mark. And he lost, like, he's got like 2.3 million subscribers, but he lost a huge chunk of his fan base. He lost like 3,000 subscribers after that video. And he was so arrogant about it. He was like, well, I only lost like 3,000 subscribers, so that to me is like only $3, so it doesn't really bother me at all. I'm still happy with what I said. And we don't care that he had a bias. I have a bias. You have a bias. I've made
Everybody
videos
gets a bias.
yeah, I've made videos where I've said, go out and vote against the Democrats. I have said that, but I didn't paint it and mask it in this genuine get out and vote for what's right type video. This emotional manipulation video. I never have done that. And on top of that, I have stated, even if I disagree with your vote, even if I think your vote is completely wrong and ill-informed, vote anyway. I don't have to agree with what you vote on for me to say that it's important for you to do it. But what Jello was doing was saying you have to vote against the Republicans because they're evil and they want to hurt you. Like they brought up the so-called lynching, which turned out to be a suicide. But he brought that up and painted it as if it was the Republicans' fault. I'm sick and tired of this. He brought up the synagogue and just showed a headline without any evidence whatsoever and didn't go into the details of, hey, this guy hated Donald Trump. He hated you.
I'm not going to. Now, what happened at the synagogue was terrible and everything like that, but one thing that did give me a little bit of a chuckle is the fact that everybody has been saying since Donald Trump started his campaign, he's literally Hitler. The guy that shot at the synagogue actually hated Trump, and one of the reasons was because Trump is not literally Hitler.
Yep. I did a response video to this idiot. Like, you know that have large fan bases, but you really can't understand why, because they sound so stupid that they can't even put a magnet on a refrigerator.
Yep, I don't play any of them people.
This dude that I responded to, oh my god, he couldn't even say Acosta correctly.
Oh yeah, I watched part of that video. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. I didn't have time, but yeah, I saw part of that video. Acosta.
He said Acosta. Did you see my video?
Yeah, like I'm not. I'm I
Like,
heard him say
were you?
you might have to say, hey, oh, there you are. You have to say that again, you were robot.
My video?
Yeah, I watched your video on that guy.
Yeah.
Acosta.
So you can understand, like, you notice how I kept putting the CNN clip where they were saying Acosta right after he said Acosta, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at the end he was like, he's worse than oh Lord, I'm drawing a brain fart. Who? Fidel Castro. And I was like, okay. I think these people would have something to say about that. And then I switched to the clip with all the Cuban Americans going after Nancy Pelosi. I mean, they know communism and they know the dangers of communism, and they would, oh my gosh, they would rather live under Trump a billion times over, even if Trump was a dictator. I think they would still rather live under Trump a million times over than Fidel Castro.
Hey, I believe it too.
Because
But
they know. Yeah, I'm just stupid. So when's your when is your when are you gonna like oh, what am I trying to say? When do you head home?
I got to deliver a load in Cheyenne tomorrow, and then I'm going straight home after that. I'm only staying at home for 34 hours, and then I'm going to take off again. We are currently.
Your wife doesn't get to see you much, does she?
Right now, no. Right now, she's staying at her grandma's. She's gonna help her mom recover from knee surgery, and as soon as I get the money for it, she's gonna go to trucking school and get her license as well, and then we're gonna drive together. But yeah, I got to take a short break because we're staying with her grandma. Uh, my sister-in-law is also staying there. My mother-in-law is staying there for now because of knee surgery, and one of my wife's cousins also lives there for a couple days out of when he's off work. But too many people. There's also a dog and 3 cats in the house, and I got my 2 dogs on the truck. Like, there's not even enough room for me to go ahead let the dogs in for those days. So I stay for about 34 hours. I run the dogs out as much as I can, but after about 34 hours, I leave. That way they don't have to sit in the truck for too terrible long.
Yeah, completely understood. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna have to go. Because family stuff's going on and it's gonna get loud back here. Happy birthday!
Yep. Thank you much. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I was gonna end in a few minutes anyway. We've been going for almost 2 hours now.
Oh, good lord! You and Chambers must have been going on a while before me.
Chambers showed up about 10 minutes before. She showed up like about 5 to 10 minutes before you did. Before that, I had Irate Bear and Peach Bailey on. They stayed on for about a half hour, and then they both had to go.
Gotcha. No, dude. Yeah. Happy birthday to you. Does that feminist chick have a Twitter?
Does the who? Oh, Michelle?
The feminist, yeah.
Yeah, it's at Hey with 2 Y's Guido. All lowercase.
I could have sworn Guido was a derogatory term for Italian people.
It's funny because in a way it kind of is, but it's actually her last name.
Oh, I know it's her last name, but still it's like, And then if you think about it, there was actually a character in Cars named Guido.
Guido was one of my favorites, especially in Cars 2 because he doesn't speak English. Favorite part, Mater sneaks into that freaking restaurant to hang out with McQueen, posing as a waiter. Yeah. He goes up there to Guido. He's like, "Hey, what's McQueen's usual?" Guido in Italian says, "How do I know? How should I know?" But Mater, since he doesn't understand Italian either, he's like, "Perfect, give me 2 of them."
Yes, but I will. I'll see you later. I'm gonna go play. I'm gonna go play some. I'm gonna go play some Psychogenesis.
All right, well, I'll catch you later, and I will end this here in a few minutes. Everybody, check out Gabe's channel. He makes some good stuff. I'll put his link in the description in a few minutes.
No, I don't. All my stuff is trash. Don't believe him.
If you want an example, check out the guest video he did on my channel. But anyway, thanks to everybody that showed up, even if you ditched me right after Peach and Bear left. But I had fun. I had a good birthday. Thank you all for coming, and I will catch you all later.